What we're going to do today is show you exactly how to spar against the best so that on fight night, you'll be able to deal with anything, no matter who it is and what the situation is. These are the three most important keys in boxing. First, knowing how to utilize your footwork better than anybody inside of that boxing ring, knowing how to lead, not follow, and having the proper algorithm of a fighter when you're going into these matches. So that's exactly what we're about to share with you. We're going to start off by showing you a snippet of the Devin Haney versus Shakur Stevens sparring session so that you can see high level boxing and that you get the right instructions on what should you do when you're in that situation. So here we go. Started off round one, and you'll see as the fight progresses, just in this one round, there are a lot of adjustments being made. So the key adjustment number one is having the right footwork placement. Let's check it out.
Back to work, man. Wait, and then everybody go meaningless. Don't walk to him, walk with him, stick.
As you see, Devin Haney is setting the tone with the double jab. As he level changes, he looks left, he looks right. That's very important. Now he's trying to establish dominance by pushing Shakur in the corner. Now, what you saw there is Shakur Stevens, not only did he embrace, come on in, let's see what you got, but that's all about knowing that you've done this drill enough times, being in the corner and knowing how to bend your knees, sit down in your stance. And from that point, that's where you learn the more important rules in boxing. Enough repetition. So you go to your Art of Sparring training guide, and this tells you how many rounds that you need to do each one of those drills so that it's embedded in your muscle memory. And when it's fight night, you won't have to try to figure out why are my legs feeling like quicksand. It's because you haven't done these drills enough times. The repetition has not settled into your muscle memory. And therefore, when you're in high level boxing, everything goes out the door. This guide, your Art of Sparring, will prevent that from happening to you. All you have to do is follow it and look at your schedule that says schedule and your duration. Weeks 1 through 6 of developing yourself as a fighter. Now, all you have to do is follow this. And the second thing, let's look at the second part of this fight. As you see, he bends his knees and he then sits down in this stance. That's where you let them know that you are there and you sitting down and you're throwing with purpose. You're just not throwing the typical boxing punches. You're delivering punches that are hurting. Remember these things. Now, as you see, he's attacking that solar plexus. Anytime you're boxing against a fighter, you have to hit them to both sides of the belly. If not, what will happen is they'll recover. And when they recover, that's it. You will not get the opportunity to get that back. So make sure you tank them out. As the fight goes on, this is round one. You don't allow them to get their legs up under them. So hence is why you know how to move around in the ring, turn out of that corner, and make sure that they do not set you up. You're setting them up with a trap. So just say, for instance, your boxer is doing that and he's got an actual enough rounds in there. Then with that being said, now he can really let things go. He does not have that roadblock going on when you're telling them what to do in the corner. He's comfortable doing it because he has the right algorithm. And the algorithm of a fighter is a real thing. How many of you have worked with a guy in something, and when it was fight night, you're telling him to do the same thing and he couldn't? And that's the difference. When they try to do certain things, it's easier to do because they're in there with lesser opposition or someone that there's more familiar with. But then when you get him in a situation where he's right in there with somebody that's tough and you're telling him to do it, he can't do it like he wants to do it, or the way it's required, because he has not gotten into a place in his body that he has the algorithm of a fighter. So hopefully you'll take this lesson and make it very clear, knowing how to use your feet, knowing how to set traps, knowing how to bend down and sit in your stance, throwing with conviction with your punches, because that puts more weight behind each punch, establishing yourself and having the proper algorithm. That's going to matter when you're fighting in high level boxing. If not, what'll happen is everything you think you worked on won't work. And so keep these repetitions going in this Art of Sparring guide, which is available to all of you who are in Champions University. Make sure you go back here, and it even tells you the amount of sparring rounds, your round tracker. And when you're in high level boxing, you're boxing against real fighters. You got to know how to fill this thing out, track all of your sparring progressions, give everybody their sheet, let them check their boxes, and make sure that they understand how many rounds is it going to take for you to work on back foot training. How many rounds is it going to take for you to be aggressive, knowing how to take away a jab and step around and throw combinations and counter punching techniques at this guy, so he will never figure out what's going on. These things are all about preparation. So you got Olympic trials coming up, or qualifiers. You got Golden Glove matches coming up. Prepare your guys the right way. Don't cut corners. And this Art of Sparring guide has everything in it that you're going to need. So use it like you never used it before, because if you use this right, you'll understand why this was used in the 2020 Olympics and why we medaled multiple times utilizing this guide. All right. Special shouts out to Coach Lopez. Olympics is the real deal. It's level 6 of the 7 levels. And when you get there, be ready so you don't have to get ready. Period, point blank. That's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this take. If you have any questions, make sure you leave it down in the comment boxes below. And if you know you got someone that is a hopeful, follow the right road and ask a lot of questions. Never let anything linger in your head. My name is Coach Eric A. Bradley, and we teach boxing. Peace.